channel, or welcome if you are new here. For today's video, I'm going to do something that I have never done before here on my channel, and it's going to be my debt confession. So this is going to be all of my debt, all of my credit card debt that I am starting out 2022 with. Typically, when I am disclosing my debt numbers, we do things kind of one credit card at a time. Makes it a little bit easier to kind of swallow my pride and talk about how much debt we have when I'm breaking it down into little pieces instead of giving you like the whole enchilada. But for 2022, I really want to fill in these debt trackers and these credit card charts from Debt Free Charts all at the start of 2022 so that I can keep track of how much debt we are paying off in the year. So I'm starting out 2022 with 4 credit cards that carry a balance. We did some backsliding on our debt-free journey in December, and now I gotta kind of fess up and talk to you guys about what those credit cards are, how much debt we are carrying right now, and I think we're just going to take the leap and do it. So in front of me I have my debt tracker. This is a printable that is available in my Etsy shop, which I will link down below. I don't know how much of this I'm going to fill out, but for sure I'm going to tell you who the creditor is and how much debt we have. And then I will also probably go ahead and fill in these charts. These are from Debt Free Charts. I will link Debt Free Charts down below as well, so that we can track throughout the year how much debt we are paying off. So I have 4 different debt trackers and 4 different credit card debt-free charts, because we have 4 credit cards that have a balance. And we're just going to kind of start out with the first one. And the first one is my Citi card. So my Citi card is the card that I use for absolutely everything. You guys know that while we are on a debt-free journey, we want to pay off debt. We're actually not anti-credit card. We're anti-paying a ton of interest. We're anti-having so many credit card balances that we can't afford the minimum payments. But we actually really like to use credit cards to take advantage of the credit card rewards. And what we have been doing for months and months and months and months, really successfully, is putting everything on our Citi card and then at the end of the month paying it off in full so that we're not accruing interest and we're still able to take advantage of those rewards. The problem with that is it's really easy to get off track and end up with debt, and that's exactly what we did. In December, my spending was out of control. I didn't do a good job of keeping track of things, and so we ended the month with a pretty high balance on this card. And while I could have paid this card off in full, it would not have allowed me to put any money, or at least as much money as I wanted to, into my sinking funds for January. And so I prioritized the sinking funds. I left a balance on the Citi card and took that money and put it into sinking funds as well, which means that I'm starting out January with a balance on the Citi card that I need to make sure that I pay off. So this needs to be the very first card that I tackle in 2022, because this card is going to accumulate some interest. Unfortunately, that's just, it is what it is. I think this is how a lot of people get trapped with credit card debt, because they put something on a credit card and they have full intentions of paying it off, and then something comes up and they can't. And that's pretty much what happened to me here. I did make the conscious decision not to pay this off because I wanted to get a little bit ahead with my sinking funds. So it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. I'm hoping to have this paid off in just a month or 2, no big deal. But that's what happened, and that's why I'm starting out with a balance on the Citi card. So The amount that I have on this city card that I need to pay off, $717.07. I'm not sure what the minimum payment is going to be, and I'm not sure exactly what the due date is either. Obviously, I'm not going to fill in the account number or the credit limit for the sake of privacy for this video, but just know that on this worksheet that I have available, there's a place to put all of that information in, as well as the interest rate, to help you kind of keep track of all of that information so that you have it. There's also a place here for a target payoff date. In 2022, I'm not necessarily using the debt snowball method to pay off my debt. We're just going to do our very, very best to spend as little as possible throughout the month so that we have enough at the end of the month to make an extra debt payment. So in terms of a target payoff date, I could write one in, but ultimately it's just as fast as humanly possible. Okay, so that's kind of where we're starting out with City, just over $717. I don't think it's going to take us too long to pay this off, but unfortunately we did get into that trap where we put money on a credit card intending to pay it off, and then we couldn't. So it happens, we're human, and that's the first of our debts. So then the starting balance on our city card is $717.07. I will fill in all of my debt-free charts off camera, I think. And then when I do my debt updates at the end of each month, we'll color in the charts together. I just want to, I don't want to sit here and do all of the math and figure everything out right now. So that's our first card, City, with just over $717. All right, so our next credit card then that we are currently carrying a balance on is a Chase card. You may remember that this is the card that we were working on in November, and we talked about how we were going to pay it off by the end of the year, and then December happened and it was a train wreck, and we didn't make the payments we were supposed to make on Chase, plus we used the card inevitably when we were over budget for Christmas. So this balance has gone up a little bit. It wasn't too terrible. If I had paid off the city card instead of setting that extra $700 aside for our sinking funds, it would have been just this little bit of extra spending we did that we were over budget for December, and it really wouldn't have been too bad. But because I made the decision to set that money aside for sinking funds rather than pay that city card, it seems a lot worse than it is. That's neither here nor there. I guess the thing you really care about is how much is on the Chase card now, because we had paid this down by quite a bit, but then we used it again. So the starting balance right now is $1,533.83. So that is kind of our starting point for 2022 with our Chase card. Again, I'm not really going to fill in the rest of this. Not sure what the minimum payment is going to be. I'll fill that in kind of when the first statement of the year comes in, as well as the due date and everything. You guys don't care about all of that. You care about the debt total, right? So that's where we are starting out with Chase. And once again, I will fill this in kind of off camera and have it all ready for when we do our first debt update at the end of the month. Or it'll be at the beginning of February. I'm not quite sure. All right. Next card in the lineup is our Ashley furniture card. If you've been watching, you know that my husband and I splurged on a new furniture set. It was something that we really wanted. We made the decision going into it that we were going to do it. We knew that that would mean that our debt total was going up. We were okay with it. This is on a 0 interest promotion right now, and we can make equal payments for the next 2 years, I think. and have it completely paid off and it'll be all good. We intend to pay this off sooner than that, but we're not going to be paying interest on this amount. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the same with our Chase card. This is on an interest-free promotion as well. So the only card right now that we're going to be paying interest on, unless I'm mistaken, which it is possible, is our City card. So this Ashley Furniture store card is through Synchrony. Again, I don't know what the minimum payment is or the interest rate or any of that. We're just going to put in our starting balance, which is $3,614.80. That was for our furniture, as well as we got the warranty, like, protection service thing and all of that. So that is the balance we are starting out with for our Ashley Furniture Store card. We'll fill this in off camera. And lastly, then, we have the card that has our highest balance. This is a card that we took out and we transferred some balances back in 2021 from some other cards. So this is the big guy. It's a little intimidating, but this is our First Merchants Bank credit card. It is, again, on a zero interest promotion, so we're not paying any interest as long as we pay off the total amount before 2024, I think. So we got plenty of time with this one, but the starting balance on this one is big. It's $5,787.52. So it's up there. It's definitely our highest card, but again, we got plenty of time to pay this off, and we're hopeful that we will get this paid off a lot sooner than is necessary. So if we go through then and we add up all of these balances, that will give you my total credit card debt that we are starting out the year with. So let's go ahead and do that. I have not done this myself, so I'm not even sure exactly how much it's going to be. I'm a little nervous about it, but let's face the music. So we have $717.07 plus $1,533.83 plus $3,614.80 plus $5,787.52. So we are looking at a grand total of $11,653.22 in credit card debt. Now, that's not all of our debt. That's just what we have on credit cards. And I just took a little screen cap of that so that I can remember the balance we started with. Now, we do also have a car payment and a camper payment. I'm not going to talk about totals for that here because that is not even on our radar right now in terms of debt payoff. That is something that we will tackle sometime in the future. For now, we've got this $11,000 that we need to focus on paying off. And we're going to kind of balance our debt payoff with our other financial goals and the things that are important to us. So I don't know how long it's going to take us to pay off this debt. I know it's a lot lower than a lot of people. We don't have student loan debt. We're in a really good place. I mean, the ideal is no debt, right? So we're not doing fantastic, and we definitely did a lot of backsliding. We were down to I think somewhere around $6,000 at one point in 2021, but you know, it is what it is. Debt happens. We're going to tackle it, and I'm feeling really good about 2022 and where it's going to go. So there you guys have it. That's my debt confession. I've never ever added up all of those totals and disclosed them on the internet before, so I'm feeling pretty nervous about it, but I'm excited. So yeah, let's tackle this debt in 2022. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single week. I'd love to have you come back. watch me tackle this debt in 2022. I'll see you next time. Bye!